call it the excitement of being winner or simply jumping the gun. All that means little or nothing to Kano State Governor Abdullahi Ganduje, who has cautioned the state governor-elect Abba Kabir Yusuf to desist from causing needless confusion in Kano State. Ganduje reminded Yusuf that he remains the chief security officer of the state. The governor was reacting to a directive issued from the office of the governor-elect, warning individuals, groups, and other organizations undertaking construction on public places to keep off, urging Yusuf to wait until May 29th when he's sworn in as the governor. Today, the rivalry has started, and Governor Ganduje is still in charge of Kano State.
Yes.
So whatever might have transpired during the last election, the actors should wait for their time before they start acting.
That's the message that the governor is sending to Abba Kabir Yusuf of the NNPP, who won the election, the governorship election recently. But immediately after the governor advised Abba Kabir Yusuf to calm down, Abba issued a fresh advisory, this time warning lenders not to give any loan to the state government with effect from March 18. He even backdated it to March 18. And that if the loan will be given to the Kano State Government, whether local or foreign, he, as the governor-elect, must be consulted. So, the way it is now...
Are we dreaming? What, Jire, okay, away from reporting what was said and everything, tell us the standard practice. Because
well, I agree that until you take the oath of office, you have not become the governor. Until you take the oath of office, you've not become the governor. And I don't think it makes sense for you to be seen to be playing the role of a governor, issuing directives, issuing advisory, and generally trying to give the direction, give an idea of the direction in which the running of the government of the day would take. This is what Abba Kabir Yusuf is doing, and the governor is concerned about this, and is doing his best to get him to stop that what he's doing. But we know that usually in moments of transition, some governors-elect will even tell banks not to, we even direct banks to freeze the account of state government. The current dancing governor of Osun State issued the same directive, in fact, to banks that they should, that the account of the state should be frozen. And it remained frozen because I remember there was one sum of money that they were owing us. They couldn't pay because the account was frozen. The feeling that these people have is that there will be some last-minute looting and all that.
Yes.
They want to stop that. But
Wale?
Under normal circumstances, going to your question, under normal circumstances, this should not be happening. You wait until you take over fully before you can begin to give directives here and there. It will lead to confusion. Who is in charge? People will ask the question.
Nigeria is a country that, because I asked him a question, I said the standard practice, or maybe what is, the laid down procedure and everything. But when he was now, responding to my distance, I now that everything in Nigeria seems to be abnormal. It's not everything that is normal. So in my attempts in trying to indict the incoming governor, we've seen administration just for that fact that you did not succeed in bringing your successor there. Some governors, they will start employing.
Yeah.
They can employ 20,000 people. They'll start doing things that will be counterproductive to the incoming administration. We are not normalizing it. But when you look at the two sides of the divide, the Nigerian factor will always creep in.
Well, I think the incoming governor in Kano State is like the bridegroom that is anxious to take the bride home. You know, he's so very anxious to assume power, you know. But then, you can't get crash. You have won this election, and then the law says that on May 29, you will be sworn in. So the current governor, Ganduje, is in power constitutionally until May 29. There is nothing you can do to shake that. So now, assuming the position of executive governor, even when you are here to take that position, I don't think that is right. Just like we have said, we have seen this happen in other places. But I know that in the state, what they did was that they created a law, which I think is about political transition. There's a law, you know, which will set the standard, the practice of what is, you know, from one step to the other, you know, before the handing over date. And I think the governor has done something in Kano State. He just inaugurated transition committee, you know, 65 member in Kano State, which I think that is normal process. But after winning the election, issuing statements and giving orders, those orders are not legitimate in law because you are no longer you are not the governor of the state. And even your words can automatically become law because there is a constitution. You know, there is the Kano State constitution that you need to.
You'll be shocked that some of these financial institutions will comply.
They will comply because they
know that you are coming
invariably. Yes, and it's also being used as a political tool to give the impression that the outgoing government is trying to play some sharp practices. Even when the governor is not doing that, it's also a weapon of blackmail. When your opponent is down, you still want to continue to hit your opponent. So I think he should concentrate more on setting up his, you know, thinking about setting up his cabinet and then handing over the account of the outgoing governor to you. Then tell us, let us see how you are going to improve the social conditions of people in Kano. So I think it's a continuation of electoral politics, which by other means, we should not be so.
I am particularly shocked that the governor-elect even said people should keep off government buildings and that they should not get involved in fresh construction on government lands and all that. For God's sake, if there is a project that can be delivered under 2 months, who says Governor Ganduje cannot? Look at what Wike is doing now. Wike is starting projects and completing those projects within the short time that he knows that he has. He said that he's going to be commissioning projects every day until the 28th of May. There were projects that he started 3 months ago. So if Abba Kabir Yusuf was the governor-elect in Rivers, will he tell those who are building roads that are meant to be delivered before May 29 to hands off? Because there are projects that you can actually deliver under a month. I remember that the first set of mega schools, Governor Zulum delivered his first set of mega schools during his 100 days in office.
I remember.
I even went there. I saw them myself.
Showed it
in a place called Abuja. There's a community called Abuja in Maiduguri. I saw some of those buildings, big buildings, everything ready, painted, put furniture in them within 100 days. So we have just a little less than 60 days before the end of this administration. Honestly, some road projects can be completed within this time. There's no big deal about it. So inner city road projects can be started and completed within this time. But when you are telling people to keep off government buildings, that they should stay away from government lands, What is that? You see, our politics is just too... Our politics is... How do I... What word can I find?
Bitter.
Yes.
Because
we
Julie,
eat up the politics unnecessarily.
I want us to look at the flip side of the coin. Those outgoing governors,
Yes.
you know, I'm not talking about Kano now. We've seen people really messing up the system before their predecessor take over office. You lifted there was embargo on employment for 8 years of your reign. All of a sudden, you are saying you are putting 20,000, you are employing 30,000, you are clogging the system, you are doing so many things. Knowing that.
But this one is not talking about...
no, yes, I'm not talking about
they
Kano.
should not take
no, I'm not talking about Kano now.
This
predecessor, sometimes...
I know that suspicion is always there, especially if the person coming into power is not from your party. You think that they want to make life difficult for you so that when you come in, you'll be battling with those problems and it will take you a long time before you truly settle down. I know that possibility is there. But what I'm saying is, you can't say people should keep off government. You are saying that the business, indirectly you are saying that the business of governance projects should stop. How can you say that they should keep off government lands? No, let's think about it. That means that they should not continue projects, or that project can be awarded at this time. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, that there are projects. The other day, we embark on a fresh project. My boss, Andrew Anlong, was asking me, he said, are you sure we'll be able to complete this? I said, during the, when the Works Commissioner was talking, he mentioned the number of days that it will take to deliver that project. You know? So if they can finish within that time, why not? Somebody wants to finish on a high. He wants to deliver as many projects as possible. I want to believe that even in the case of Kano, because that governor, no matter what you say about Ganduje has delivered tremendously on infrastructure development. It's like a rivalry between him and the governor of Kaduna in terms of infrastructure. You need to go to Kano and see this thing.
He has left his footprint in everywhere in Kano.
Even the Hotoro interchange is the best interchange I've seen in this country. Let people go there and check. Not even in Lagos have I seen that kind of interchange. So, who says that he cannot start some inner city road projects and complete it within the time? It's within his powers to do those projects. But we are saying keep away from government land, keep away from government buildings. That means they should not renovate a government building. This is the thing. I understand where he's coming from.
Governor-elect,
but there has to be limitations to these things.
Governor-elect Abba Kabir Yusuf, please wait for your time. May 29.
We're just here.
May 29 is just 57, 58 days. It's so that you'll be the governor. Yes. After being sworn in, you can,
and by God's grace, you will be a good governor. Because we want progress to continue in Kano. But let's not cause confusion. He has to take things easy.
It's